Mike, who has the toughest quarterback situation in the NFC South this upcoming year?
Tampa Bay, and here's why. All they have is question marks. Blaine Gabbert's going to be a free agent. They don't know what they have in Kyle Trask. And as great as Bill Belichick is, it took him 2 years to figure out how to replace Tom Brady. So this is a team, as the guys allude to, has a really good nucleus, but who's going to play quarterback is a massive question mark for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, this one is easy for me. It's the Carolina Panthers. You talk about who's going to play quarterback. Who's going to do that for the Carolina Panthers? We got Sam Darnold, who the Carolina Panthers already exercised the fifth-year option.
Crazy.
Going to make $18 million. He's not the answer. Okay, they already made wholesale changes as far as the assistant coaches. Ben McAdoo is the new offensive coordinator. Listen, I think there's a lot of heat going on in Carolina right now. If it doesn't work out this year, boy, it could be, the hammer could come down with David Tepper, the owner, as far as the whole coaching staff is concerned.
Actually, I like what Meg T is saying about the Bucs. I just think in Jason Light, the GM, Mike Greenberg, who runs operations there, in them I trust. I think that they'll figure it out at the quarterback position. I think the rest of the team has an identity. A smart man sides with the big man, and I'm going to side with Damien Woody over there. I agree. I don't think that the Carolina Panthers have an identity at all. I don't even know how you lure a quarterback into a situation where you look around and Christian McCaffrey is obviously the identity of that team, but he's not necessarily staying healthy all the time. I don't know what the answer there is, especially with your point about Darnold. So we saw it at the end of this year. I just think the lack of identity makes that job even more difficult than it would normally be.
Mike, just to reiterate, $18.9 million is going to Sam Darnold this year, fully guaranteed, unless he gets an extension, which I can't imagine that after this past year. What would you do if you're the Carolina Panthers this upcoming year at quarterback?
I'd say Mitch Trubisky. He's really intriguing to me. I'd bring him in at a sort of like hybrid contract. Let the best player play, and it could be Sam Darnold, it could be Mitch Trubisky. I would even consider drafting another one. I would keep going until I found one, and that's, to me, sort of a methodology you need to have at this position.
Mitch, huh? Okay. We can roll with that. I don't know how much Matt Rule's going to roll with that, how long that would last, but I guess when you got a quarterback that's on your cap for $18 million, you don't have many options.
True.
What do you think?
You
have no opinion, just a look.
Mike T's the scout, man. I just can't find the magic in Mitch Trubisky.
I think it's worth noting, and it's an interesting, it's a tough subject to talk about because there's so much more than football. But if Deshaun Watson is eligible to be back on a football field next year, it does seem like Carolina would be one of the teams that would at least inquire about a trade.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just can't get past the fact that, I went through it with the Dolphins all season trying to report on that story. You cannot get to the point where you can put Deshaun Watson anywhere until 22 lawsuits are settled.
Yeah. So we shall see there many quarterback storylines this upcoming offseason. The Carolina Panthers will be in the midst of many of them.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.